Welcome, everybody,
Rocket
to
ship
Void
is alive.
Prime Game 6. 4,000 credits? Want to pay homage to Ogle. Thank you for that lovely title. It was
That
a
was a good one.
centerpiece to last game.
One and a half exterminators if we can get a tactical knife. Luckily, we got another half exterminator right over there.
Yeah, we
By the
sure do.
time, okay, first off,
do.
what's going to happen is this tactical knife will be like the centerpiece of a future inside joke inside the game. You guys will frame it under glass. It'll be like the Winchester.
No,
It's like the dollar at the beginning of your business.
It's the stone of Jordan ring from Diablo 2. Like all other items are now measured in how many SOJs. So it's like how many knives is this item worth?
I don't know about this job, guys. That's 1.5 tactical knives. I'm not. We're
That's
worth
like
more than
15 tactical knives. That's
15 tactical.
It's just like
So
a regular
dumb.
old knife, but it's actually like the one in The Golden Child that was super important.
I want the knife.
I want the knife.
send me down a rabbit hole. I've had to spend time looking through Starfinder books to rationalize how a knife is now worth 6,000 credits. I'm like, man, this knife must be like the Swiss Army knives from the Tick, where it's like across your whole neck.
Yes.
Wow.
Great callback.
That's the only thing I can come up with. That's the only way there can be a 6,000 Swiss Army tactical knife. Is the only way it can be a thing.
So have an army, they're neutral.
I gotta go back and watch that again. Love that show.
Oh. We're old.
That's right.
All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we are.
Where we last left off, the guys interrogated a prisoner held in their airlock who had previously been firing upon them when they were just minding their own business. To reveal that this prisoner's name is Don Vick, a mercenary hired through a fixer named Bartos. They got that information out of her. They also found out that Exterminator's the target, and he is meant to be dropped off at a TMC Corp City on Gramado, specifically Apex by TMC. And after getting all this information, they debated whether or not they were going to kill her and went back and forth quite a bit, and eventually looked up her bounties. And in looking for a spaceport to see what they can do about her ship for salvage, they found a Planetary Union spaceport and turned her in for the bounties. They have now gotten the ship repaired, and you guys have spent a total now of about 6 hours at the spaceport base from the moment you've completed your Panacorp seminar.
Oh my
So in total, technically 8. But the first 2 hours were your IAMUS history of and understanding and philosophy that warranted you for that 2-hour seminar a 10% discount on the repair of your ship. We took care of shopping in downtime because everybody loves a shopping episode. So it's been now about 6 hours. You've all been able to purchase everything you were looking for. And in general, the tone on this spaceport is civil, but tense. You hear a lot of chatter and back and forth discussion about unrest between synths and the Grand Empire throughout the inner ring. And is this the beginning of another chapter in the robot war?
Is
You guys start looking around. You're able to purchase food here, actual hot food, nothing that's been recreated or reconstituted or came out of some sort of bag or packaging. And as you guys are sitting at a promenade cantina sharing drinks. The hollow stream comes up,
Oh boy.
and in it you guys see a single ship. I'm gonna need the music brought down for me, Cam. Going off in the distance.
You have to bring it down yourself.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't control the volume.
That's
anymore.
okay.
I can bring it to a different type. We're going into space. How about that?
So when I bring it down, does everybody hear it that way?
Yes.
Maybe.
It just went down for me.
Yep.
Okay. You see a single ship going, and from the overlay, it doesn't look like a live feed. Transit's rough. It's long. Sometimes all we've got is the sound. The camera pulls through into the middle of the ship, and you see a lonely human female pilot. And you can just see it looks, all the colors are saturated down. It's very similar to the old school Bayer headache commercials, or Nuprin headache commercials, in that everything looks deadened.
Thanks for the subscription.
Thanks for the sub. It's pretty awesome. So why suffer bad sound? Get yourself a system that can handle every flight. Get yourself a co-pilot. Pull up to the curbside. Curbside has sophisticated sound that integrates with any system, any tech, every time. And so then all of a sudden you see the camera slowly spins around and you see little speakers lining every part of the cockpit of this ship. And suddenly it fills with sound waves that then slowly color the entire interior. And now her whole outfit is glowing with neon lights. And you see she puts on headphones, and then she takes headphones and she pulls them off. And then you see it's like, and it fills with color. For our synth customers, Curbside is the most fine-tuned and delicate in audio upgrades. The best sound in the system is at the Curbside. Curbside.
Can I have a green logo?
Cuts down. You guys sip. Waitress takes any further drink orders from you guys. What can I get you guys? You guys want to fill up? You guys want a second? What are we looking at here?
I can always use more. I'm never gonna turn down anything. You know what I'm saying? And he grabs his.
All right. So she refills. Then you see camera shifts. Now you see totally different setup. A Lashunta male covered in grease stains. He's got little scratches all over him. Lots of gear and a rusty toolbox. Is working on pipes in a small corridor. It definitely looks like it's the guts of a ship. He's got his spanner and he rounds off a bolt. He looks dejected. Voiceover. I hate it when that happens. Then the pipe breaks, freezing and spraying his face in some sort of cold something that's fuming everywhere. His face turns to ice and then it shatters, becoming a caved-in negative space, and it flumps to the ground. Kasatha, working on a tangle of wires and what looks like a giant air shaft in some sort of space station. You can see he's got cutters and a soldering glove, and the cutter is chewing on the wire but not actually cutting it. And then as he's getting ready to move things over and splice in a new line, the glove shorts out. And then the Kasatha tries to transfer the glove with his extra arms. The voiceover. You need tools you can trust. The wire then falls out of frame. A random 2 loose wires hit the Kasatha in the head, and he electrocutes him till his body completely smokes.
Jesus.
And they just lays there dead. Now you see a Vesk swapping out very delicate computer cards with his arm jammed into a tiny plate and the cameras inside. You see his little pliers are pulling out these teeny little cards. Then the pliers grips, skews sideways, and the pliers are now overshooting and they don't grip at all. The Vesk looks very scared. You need tools that are good. Then a swarm larva leaps out of the panel and chews through his face, and blood goes everywhere. As this goes back forth, the footage keeps playing as the voiceover turns, and in steps tools aren't just tools. They're crewmen you rely on. And behind you, you see the Vesk is now behind him as the backdrop to him, like a bad green screen, and he's struggling, stuck in this chamber as this thing is chewing through his face. So for your crew, get Cliffman. And now in each frame, you see the dead body of the Lashunta, and you see a gray jumpsuited arm place a Cliffman tool next to the dead body of the Lashunta, and then place a Cliffman tool on the dead body of the Kasatha, and then put a Cliffman tool in the hands of the dead Vesk. And then it cuts back to the guy, also in a gray jumpsuit. Cliffman, good tools. Cuts.
All right then.
Cliffman. Tool.
See, Exterminator, this is why they pay us what they pay us, because if you don't pay top notch for your spokesperson, that's what you get. That's what you get right there. I mean...
You know, I tell you this, though. What are we talking about right now?
You're mostly robot, and you...
We're talking about Cliffman tools and how shitty that goddamn thing is. That's what we're talking about.
That's right. That's right. They're onto something here. I've seen advertisers do this before.
I can do that. Okay. Welcome to Cliffman.
See, he's got the idea.
Have our tools. I think that's it. I think I got it, guys.
You got it.
Nailed it.
And you see, boop, boop. Dax, you have an incoming message. It's from a unmarked number.
Oh, definitely about my spaceship's warranty.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
I click on it.
You see an attractive Lashunta female. She has pink skin, and her hair is tightly braided down the side of her head. And she also has some sort of implant near her eye here. You can't really tell much about it, but you do see circuitry and exposed metal. Hello, Dax Shots?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, I'm Haley Ray with IBG News. I'm very interested in the current cycle has drawn attention on you. Would you be willing to take an interview?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Great. Thank you so much. Call goes dead.
Oh, you mean not right now? Oh, well.
What was that all about?
Apparently the news would like to do an interview with me, which is understandable. I mean, my numbers have never been higher.
Start looking around, see if anyone's showing up.
You're looking, you take a drink, you don't see anybody. You do see that every 10 minutes or so, people do look at you, and you start to notice the second look, third look, and then hushed conversation that the three of you have become very familiar with. More so, it's still somewhat of a new experience for Mike, but now even Mike is starting to pick on this behavior in other people.
Is a spaceport, just for my own reference, is it kind of like being at the concourse of a giant airport, like just like silly shops and like food restaurants and like constant intercom chatter about like which flight's departing and like that bullshit? Or is it more like a city? Like
it's more like a city.
It's more like a full-blown city where like residents and everything.
Like DS9.
Okay.
It's in this case, you're on one that's very much like a city because it's planetary union. So there's actually within here various embassies, and there's also levels that civilians are not allowed to access whatsoever because it houses Planetary Union military and officials. So you're very much in the promenade area that is all for civilians. And then even on the lower levels, there's actually residential space that is either rented or sold. So it's a weird combination of things.
So like just giant floating
spaceports are generally floating cities. And then often spaceports have corresponding land bases on the ground where they will run their own shuttles back and forth to further allow for general transit.
Okay. So in my head, I was imagining us just sitting at like one of those restaurants at like a concourse. Like
that's what I was thinking too.
Like the diner at the end of Spaceballs?
Yes, exactly what I was thinking, right? Like
parking lot in space.
Yes, basically that. Yeah, like that's kind of what I was thinking in my head. So, but just making sure I understood kind of like if these are just people like on their way to catch a flight who are just like looking at us, like, do I know that guy? Or if they're like,
but the vibe of it being all inside businesses that are relatively small amount of physical space, like an airport. That's very true. All this stuff in space tends to be cramped. So what you would normally think of as a business for us isn't like that at all in all these stations. They're usually storefronts. It's rare that somebody can have a large space inside one of these.
Okay.
Then you see the same Lashunta walk up to you. Only this time she now has a cameraman and she's got a drone that is operating with what looks like a series of small microphones.
Has Mike seen a lot of drones before, except for the ones that just destroyed our ship?
Those were huge.
Okay.
Those drones were the size of like missiles, large missiles.
Okay.
Because they were canisters containing bots inside. This is a little guy. This is similar to what you've seen 09 tinker with.
He does not feel the urge to punch it out of the sky.
Go ahead.
I use token spell for my stage magic to just quickly freshen me up and make me look camera ready.
All right.
Learn to be like me. I'm always ready for a camera. You know what I'm saying? I always got this going on.
Exterminator bumps Mike on the arm, kind of motions away as get out of the shot.
Hey, wait. What are we talking about here?
Dax, Haley Ray, IBG News. I'm here to know where your stance is based on the comments of James Jabrin and the incident that has been somewhat analyzed in the Killertainment field lately involving, and she cites your last episode. What's your stance on this? I see right now you're sitting next to Exterminator.
Right. I mean, I don't really understand how this became such controversy because I'm literally working with the man right now. I mean, he's right here. And what you saw in the episode was who we believed was him get completely mauled by bugs. Mauled. Arm, leg, ripped right through the legs, through the sternum. He was down. He was dead. So I don't really understand where all this controversy came from to begin with.
Well, those that are against the incident and have taken a side opposite Councilman Jabrin have said that you were callous in caring for your teammates because he's a synth, and that the use of fire in that moment was friendly in the worst definition. What's your comment on that?
Now, if you wheel your camera just a little further past Exterminator there, this big mound muscle right there, that's Spicy Mike. You see that? He's wearing a lot of metal. He is. But I assure you that he is 100% not a synth at all. And he was the next man right there at that door. And if those bugs came crawling right past Exterminator into that hallway, he was next on the menu. So, in the value of weighing life, there was a dead life, and there was a very much still alive life. Now, what kind of teammate would I be if I let the bugs come crawling out here and kill him while I do what? A hasty retreat? Wait for them to kill both of my friends and then have to blast the entire hallway full of fire to save myself? That ain't very friendly team-like either, was it? Now, we didn't fully understand the full extent to how much of Exterminator was or was not synth, but we believed we were able to retrieve the important data core that would allow us to rebuild him and in essence still keep him. So, turns out, not entirely true. But, under our knowledge of how he works and knowing that I can't do the same thing here for Spicy Mike, I made the call I had to make.
So, and the call you make is that his life is something that can be repaired, but Spicy Mike's is more precious.
Well, it's a little harder to repair him in such ways.
Exterminator,
Yeah.
what is your take on this situation and how it's been publicized very recently?
Well, be honest. I think there's a lot of people trying to make a big deal about nothing. Man didn't kill me. Killed something else.
I need you to roll
Mhm.
a... I need you to roll... You need to tell me now which is going to be a better roll for you. Wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom?
So they're both bad?
Oh, yeah.
How's intelligence? Is it also bad?
Intelligence is decent.
Okay. This roll I may ask for in the future will always be an intelligence check. Roll.
Okay.
Ooh, good roll.
Not shabby. That's a 17, sir.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Hold on. What? And then her cameraman leans and whispers her ear. All right. I'm so sorry, gentlemen. We're getting some sort of strange interference in our feed right now. I would like to continue, but I think we're gonna have to cut this short until we can check out our gear. I'm so sorry to waste your time. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. And she hands you, she takes out her pad and she does a quick flick, and a digital of her contact information appears on your pad if you allow it to.
Except
That's my contact information. If you're at all interested in any further follow-up, I'd really appreciate it, and thank you so much. And with that, she leaves.
That was abrupt as hell. They were being jammed.
no, I have a feeling that the moment she turned towards you, your overlords piped in and told her to cut feed before they
Overlord!
Hey, you're probably not wrong. Do not be surprised.
What you saw right there is what we like to refer to as invisible shackles.
Hey, contracts are a hell of a drug. Eventually, I'm gonna get paid for it. We'll see.
It's at this point that you guys get a incoming call from 09.
Huh?
Yo, what's up, buddy?
The ship is fully repaired, and the Panacorp people have exited. I have been checking over their work. It is sufficient.
All right. Are we gassed up, ready to head out, or do you guys?
We are fueled and repaired. I am currently doing a diagnostic of the operating system, looking if there's any ways that I could optimize it further.
All right. Well,
Helios is aboard currently as well.
All right.
well, I guess since we got our bounty turned in, I think we were heading somewhere. I don't know. Do you think they're ready to go, or do you think we got something else we need to do around here first? There.
I know, Mike. You got anything?
No, I got this new, outfit on. It's pretty sweet, and yeah, that's about all I need. I think
Looking
I'm good to
good.
go.
All right then. Hey, we're going to Apex, right?
Yeah, I believe that's right. I think that was the next place we were going to go.
I hear they got freaking legends there.
That's where we're at. I gotta zoom into my map.
Legends there. This guy.
All right. So we're looking
Get
for a
us-
fixer. Be anywhere.
So you guys get aboard. When you get aboard, you can see that Helios is currently talking to Wit in the cockpit area, and he looks cautious while he's talking to Wit. Then you see he's like, "Hey guys, all right. You know what? I'm going to go check in the cargo area to make sure that we're all set to go before we take off, but you guys really you should talk to Wit real quick. We may have hit a snag. I'm not sure." And he takes off.
Wait, what's going on, man?
Well, news of Captain and her passing has gone through the right channels, and her brother has contacted us about claiming the ship that's been willed to him.
Ah, damn. It was too good to be true. So what's the timeline on this looking like?
We have to come to him on Gramano. I have the location information. He wants us there within a week. And I'm supposed to give him a holo tour and all the diagnostics. He seems dutiful and a little detached, given that he's worried about everything that happened. I don't know what he wants for the ship. I don't know if he's going to sell. I don't know if he intends to use it. I didn't really want to ask.
All right then. So should we be dropped off somewhere? I just want to let you guys know
what's going on. Honestly, I don't know if I should be. I mean, I guess I'm making these choices. I really don't like being in charge. Tell you what, I'm going to see if I can buy us a little bit more time to figure this out. Because if there's one thing that Captain wanted, is to clear the name of this ship for everything that happened back on Rablin. We didn't want to be wrapped up in all that nonsense. And then with this attack on you guys, I want to know we're in the clear. I would like to resolve what's going on now before we pass this on. Because if this ship is some sort of a target, I don't know. But we're repaired. Let me talk to him and find out what's what and see if I can get us a little bit more time before we have to commit to anything. He sounds like he's dealing with a lot. So maybe we can stretch it a little bit.
Now, to be clear, Captain talked about this brother in the past?
No. I didn't know there was a brother. Captain didn't talk about family much. But the request came through a law office on Gramano. It sounded legit.
Well, sounds like we're losing a ride.
That's not good. That don't sound too good.
No, don't sound good at all. Law firms are tricky, though. I mean, There's like one on practically every corner space station anywhere. I mean, they're all over. A lot of them are fly-by-night places. Like, do you have the name of the law firm? Let me guess. It's just a bunch of lists of names, right?
Actually, no. Lashuntas don't quite do it the way you guys do.
The Shuntas. I always get mixed up which ones those are. Those one with 4 arms?
Nope, that's Kasatha.
That's Kasatha's.
They're the ones with the little
Shuntas are
antennas. The
with the
telepath guys.
antennas. The telepaths, right. Got it. Oh, man. There is none.
It's an office called the Dawn Consendrons.
Well, it's not like we have much of a legal claim to the thing. Right?
They're based out of... I looked it up just to make sure it was legit. And they're based out of... So many names in this game.
There's at least 5.
At least.
Ayakoa.
So,
Ayakoa is a very big city-state in Grimano.
wait, I got a question.
Yeah.
I know this ain't quite been addressed yet, but let's say that this brother is correct, and he's got a lien on the ship.
Yeah.
Currently, you have to live inside that tube system within the ship. Does he just like gain ownership of you somehow in this whole ordeal? Like, do we need to need to like build you like a suit? Do we need like
I'm sorry, it's not something we really went into. I do have a containment unit in storage right now that I can get out if I need to for short stints on land. Besides, Grimano's my home anyway, so
okay.
I guess I'm going home too.
Well,
I forgot that I take for granted you guys haven't really been around Teb very much, so sorry about that. Yeah, we need brine, but Grimano's full of it, and that's why we were able to work around it for the most part.
let's see.
I'll leave you guys to it, so sorry. I wish I had better news to give you.
Well, Mike, you have to find some other way around, huh?
Yeah.
He curls up and...
Oh, wait, before you go,
Not too very good for us, I don't think.
Yeah.
could you get me an itemized list of the cost of all the repairs? I would like to send it to the rightful owner for reimbursement for fixing his ship.
Ah, yeah, that's good. I'll get right on that. The final repairs weren't that much. Get ready to be insulted. It was only about 170.
4,000 credits?
It wasn't 4,000 credits. It was 172 UPBs. And UPBs are, if you guys haven't looked at those, UPBs are 1-for-1 equal to credits.
Oh, wow.
The difference is that UPBs are part of the... It stands for
It's
universal...
the build points, right?
Yeah, it's universal like build points. But they're specifically these tiny objects that are like a self-contained 3D printer that can become multiple different building materials. So they are both the crafting system and they're equivalent to currency.
Look, you're talking euros, and we're Americans. We're gonna need this in tactical knives.
Okay.
I ain't no mathologist, but you know,
A single
sounds like
tactical
about
knife
2%
is
of a
worth
knife.
4,000.
6,000. 6,000. Okay.
Six?
Yeah.
Okay, a single tactical knife is worth 6,000 UPBs.
Okay. Just so I make sure I got it right.
The ship's repairs put you guys back only with the discount about 175 UPBs, and it got knocked out in 4 hours.
That's about 0.02 tactical knives.
0.02
Yeah.
tactical knives.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
NFTs with the practical use.
Absolutely, Shiggy. That's right.
For the practically used NFTs. NFTs are so dumb.
Everyone in chat needs to understand the long history we have with making up ridiculous, stupid units for everything, and then like applying it to actual
It's
games.
true.
Like it's
BTFs.
the BTFs, berries to the fridge, is a unit of measurement.
Hey, stupid fridge.
6 BTFs.
It's a moving target, depending on where Barry was at any given time.
That's right. Always accurate, though.
Always accurate.
Always accurate.
You guys are gearing up, and you'll be flight ready in about an hour. Helios finds a bunch of things that Panacourt moved in their repairs that they didn't move back and re-secure in the cargo hold. So he's going through the process of doing that by himself. And you haven't seen 09. You think he's able to interface in some of the corridors inside the ship easier than the rest of you guys are able to, because he doesn't get claustrophobic and he doesn't get weird about tiny spaces.
Mhm.
So you found he's in one of the access panels dealing with the CPU. Within about 20 minutes of you talking to Wit, you get a message coming on, and the message is ID'd as a Kasatha, and the Kasatha is listed as, where did I put that? Did I write it down? It's in here. The Kasatha is listed as Lindana of the Fourth Ring. You guys can give me I guess it'd be, is it history? Is there history?
That's a good question.
Or
No,
something
there's
for
not.
society?
There's culture.
Culture,
Yes,
give me that.
culture.
Culture.
Perfect.
Please. Yes, perfection.
I like culture.
Okay.
No good at it, but I like it.
I got
12,
6.
apparently.
Kastafa Lindana from the planet Mufasa.
Pasa.
Jesus. Dax, you have no idea. What'd you guys get?
I got a
Sick.
12.
A 12. The 12, you know enough to know that a Kasatha that lists something with ring in the title means that they are the Kasatha version of a lawyer.
Oh.
Oh, right on cue. Get your best legal face on.
It is
Oh.
coming through to the open channel of the ship, not any one of you in particular.
Well,
It's just
you all ready
people.
for this nonsense?
Oh,
All right,
I can
click
take
it.
care of this. That's no problem. I'm real good at talking to people. You know what I'm saying?
Just,
All right.
just beam it up. Let's see what she's got to say.
Greetings. I am Advok Lindana of the Fourth Ring. I am here to talk to you representing a client who would like to open business negotiations with you regarding future employment.
Oh,
Interesting.
well, okay, who are we talking about here? I think that's kind of an important first step, right?
I understand that, but I have been specifically hired in a current capacity that my client wants to remain anonymous in the short term. However, based upon the performance of this upcoming job, of which I'll reveal all the details and answer as many questions as I possibly can. Based on this job performance, then that may change my client's position. But for now, they do not want their identity to affect your decision or your skill sets.
So, are you suggesting that we're going to hire some mystery man for a job that we don't know about?
No. The mystery man gonna hire us. You see what I'm saying? For something we don't know about. Which now, if you would recall, we recently had a run-in with the lady who also was working for somebody that, she didn't know who it was. And what was she doing? She was trying to blow up a ship. So that's not the best start for this conversation, if you know what I'm saying.
I assure you, my client is well aware of who you are, based on the chroniclings of your various skills in difficult situations. In this particular case, we are dealing with a strange infestation in a place that she once possessed and intends to reclaim.
Oh, hell.
It is something to which we have seen you specifically do, and she has hopes that you would take interest in this job. If that is enough, understand that this job does pay.
All right, now we're talking.
How much?
What are we talking about here?
This job pays 24,000 credits.
Oh.
24,000 credits.
Ooh.
That's not so bad, I suppose.
That's like 4 tactical knives.
Yeah, damn right it is.
Yeah.
TFs.
If you in
TKs.
TKs,
you get
yeah.
more of them.
You forget TKs.
Well,
If you take this job, it is going to begin on Zedasek. We have a facility that my employer built and had maintained for quite some time until the swarm war came, and with the bugs, we had to abandon this facility. However, this facility must be reclaimed, and since our latest attempts to reclaim it on our own, my client has come across a great deal of difficulty because, in addition to all the bugs that still remain in pockets, we believe there are intelligent forces that occupy it and are attempting to drive away incursion.
what kind of bugs we talking about?
I can send you intelligence reports, including video footage and drone footage as well.
All right, that's a good start.
You start seeing attachments appear to this particular call.
Well, usually I do this on the show, but hey, extracurriculars, right?
It is important that this not be broadcast.
What?
I mean, that's definitely going to drive the price up.
I mean, these guys' income completely is based on them, streaming and stuff to the world. So, I mean, you're basically going to be lost wages if we got to do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
If you have concern about affecting your viewership, it is possible that we have for you another option on the planet side, another area that we believe would be exciting television, as my client referred to, should you balk at this job. A side job, so to speak, that would be prime for your viewership.
I mean, I guess first off, Exterminator, are you contractually allowed to go on non-broadcasted missions?
Let's take a look. And punch up the list.
I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry. This is going to take him a bit. I hate wasting your time like this. This is going to take a bit. He's got a lot of fine print he's got to go through on this. I'm freelance. I mean, I can do it if I want to. I don't. But I mean, if I wanted to, I could.
There's nothing that says you cannot take a job that is not broadcast. However, not unlike a long-haul trucker, you have a certain amount of hours within a certain time frame that you must broadcast.
All right.
So if we do this other job for you off the air, as we would say,
Yes.
you're almost putting us in a spot where we have to take the other job so that we can put one on the air.
It is not my intent to place upon you the idea that you must. I am simply saying for the inconvenience of taking you off of your viewership with this job, we do know of a second option you may use at your disposal, and we assure you that it will be interesting for your audience.
Let's hold that in the back pocket for a bit. I mean, if this is something we can get done in a couple hours, that's one thing. If it's something's going to be days, that's another.
I do not believe this will be quick.
Oh, well.
As it currently stands, we are monitoring the station, and those who occupy it are dug in tight. However, we are able to intercept some communications, and we have not heard of anything coming or going within this week. We continually monitor.
Well, if we think about it, we did a similar project where we had to fight a bunch of bugs, right? Now, I don't know, we got paid something for that, but that took like, a day or so, But now it sounds like we're digging in deep for like a week or a month or something crazy like that, and I just don't know if the financials really line up with all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not so sure.
What are you asking for, Mr. Spice?
Oh, I'm not asking for nothing. I'm just telling you that I'm not so sure it's worth our time and expertise, considering that we do a job like that. It takes one day, we make some money. We could just work one day at a time and make more money. That just don't make sense. You see what I'm saying?
All right, I need you, Mike, to roll. What's your best mental stat?
Not a mental
ability
stat.
Score or a skill?
What's that?
Is Dex mental?
Ability
Dex
score or a
is-
skill?
Ability score.
Ability score. Well, they're all going to be plus 0. So.
Dex is a mental stat because you can do mental gymnastics.
Charisma. Give me a charisma check.
It's technically my highest at an 11. Natural, no. It's a 17 though.
Is it 17?
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
I don't have any additions to that, so.
Okay. You feel for a brief moment, Mike, everything get a little quieter. Like the sound around you, the ambient noise, turn down a level. And then you see the Kasatha's eyes look to the middle distance for a brief second. 30,000 credits.
Do I hear that in my head?
No,
Or is that-
she says it.
Okay, that's what I just didn't know.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess if you could give us a good idea of how long this might actually take. I mean, I know it's variable, you can't give us exactly, but like, are we talking about 5-6 days? Are we talking about like 30 days? What are we talking about here?
I mean, she gave
I
us
think
the
it's hard
tactical.
to estimate, and then she looks in the middle distance again. For your skill set, 3 days at the most.
Okay, that seems a little bit more reasonable.
I mean, we got the tactical readout of the place here, right? We can just kind of eyeball it and see how much square footage we're expecting to be clearing.
Yes, unfortunately, we do not know if the interior has been altered, and we do not know how many of the squatters remain.
So we got bugs and we got people, is what you're saying. And there's a concern about privacy.
Believe that to be the case. All we know of the inside is that there is some sort of weaponry. We've found shell casings. We've had drones shot down. We do know that whatever is inside is able to run stealth technology to remain hidden from sight, from at least automated means of spying. And also, the very nature of Zerasek's atmosphere makes it, in general, a difficult place to deal with.
I don't want to get into a matter of legality, but in a legal sense, are there squatters' rights on this planet? And 2, can we get some sort of proof of ownership of this facility? Because it's one thing when I go in there and I start blasting bugs, because bugs don't got lawyers, but people do. And if for some reason, whoever mysterious employer here is, does not actually have deed and title for the establishment you're wishing for me to clear out, that makes me breaking and entering.
That's a good point you got there. That's a very good point.
And not that that's going to have to, unfortunately, reveal the identity of this mysterious employer, but it's going to be a little hard to verify that I can go in there and remove anybody from premises without at least proof of ownership of the facility. Even at a corporate level. Like,
my employer is not attached or connected to a major corporate entity. They are an individual of means.
Well, then how would you tell the law enforcement to tell us that it's okay?
right. How do I not end up in a Vesk prison?
The location of this facility on Zarasek is disconnected from any settlement or colony. It is a lone location that is also difficult to access in the first place. Many swaths of land of Zarasek still remain unclaimed.
So,
And you guys are at least aware there's legitimacy to the last sentence in that Zarasek has a toxic atmosphere. So if anybody lives there, they live in tight colonies with a great deal of shielding and domes and filtration units. And most of Zarasek is poisonous. Plant life, air, and the storms are difficult to deal with. So the only thing that's weird about what she said is the idea that this is a remote place by itself. That's weird.
well, I mean, we can go do this, I guess.
We take a little sidebar for a minute.
Of course. Here, and then you see she sends like this, and you see her information and contact appear. You now have my information if you so choose. Please contact me whenever you're able. My client has opened this offer to you, and it will remain for the next 48 hours for you to consider, upon which we would need an answer, please. And then she ends the call. Thank you for your time, gentlemen, and your professionalism. Click.
That's an
It is
interesting call. It's got some weirdness to it.
It is a lot of credits.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's a lot of credits. That's a lot of credits, man.
That's a lot of credits.
I mean,
Buy some knives with that, I'm just saying.
Mike, give me a fortitude save.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Shits his pants already. Just the thought of money just makes some brown note.
force field. We gotta get the brown force field out.
get the brown force field. That's right.
Oh, I got a 24. I'm okay.
Jesus.
I got a +6 foot, boy.
So, I mean,
Mike, you hold it in, and you're fine. But in that moment, you got, the moment the call ended, a brief wave of vertigo. And you also felt a little out of breath, which doesn't happen for you unless you're on your 4th flight of stairs.
You know.
So it's you, however, fend it off, you steady yourself, and you can't tell if either of the guys noticed it. but you feel confident you caught it without them noticing. You guys can roll to notice also, if you want to check that
That's
out.
fine.
Okay.
All right, so what do you think's actually going on down there? Is it worth a try?
That's a pretty
Well-
good question. I don't know about that.
I mean, this planet is already mostly non-inhabitable, so anything with a working radiation shield is going to be valuable to anything trying to live. So, I mean, squatters seems kind of like a perfectly natural thing to happen in those kind of areas. But
Howdy, Malice.
what I don't like about this is that there's really not a lot of way to prove ownership of the place. So, like, we could go in there quietly,
That's certainly in our
eradicate the
MO.
bugs. Well, we ain't gonna be broadcasting, so like, it ain't like we need fucking Death Hole Punch playing or whatever while we're,
We're gonna play it anyway.
Death Hole Punch.
So good.
Void hole.
you know.
Okay, that's the way it
Let's take a
goes.
look at the specs real quick.
Just saying,
Maybe
like,
we can
it-
figure out what this building is.
I mean, isn't it as easy as we just go in and drop the radiation shield and they have no choice but to leave, like of their own accord?
Well, it takes care of one problem.
12-finger butt punch. Oh no.
no!
At
Alice,
least
oh
three
no.
hands.
That requires at least a third hand. Yes, that's
That's
Um,
that's Kasathi band.
Well done, well done. Yeah, so Exterminator is going to pull up the specs that she sent of the place and see if we can figure out what this place is, what's intended to be used for, that kind of thing.
It is a half circle on one side, and the rest of it's boxy with multiple levels. It goes down into the ground about 4 levels, and you can see pretty clearly a central courtyard in the top level that looks big enough for a freighter-sized ship. So it's got its own little landing pad set up. And in addition, what's weird is you see very little comms communication set up. Normally, the tech for a place like this that is isolated is going to have some sort of signal tower, is going to have some ability to help pierce through a thick atmosphere. You don't see anything of the sort, and that's the first strange thing that actually stands out. The rest you can't really tell from specs. You see multiple rooms. You see it has a hefty power supply that is situated underneath the building at the lowest level in a sub-basement. And a lot of areas listed as power conduit and heat management and air filtration. That amount of power implies building something or running a lot of tech, more tech than for a residence.
Huh?
And this place is big enough to comfortably house upwards of like 50 people
Damn. Okay.
because it's got 4 layers deep.
Well, they're underground, so you're going to be protected from radiation and whatnot.
It looks
I mean-
relatively the size of a... The facility itself is maybe about the size of a football field.
And that's how it is. That pretty standard for how Ahsoki build their stuff, regardless, like underground,
No.
or is it?
Oh, no, well, Isoki build anything and everything they can out of whatever they can find. What's weird is for this building to be on Zarasek and it to be tunneled that far into the ground, that would have been difficult to do. Construction on Zarasek is usually above ground, and they just try and seal it really well. it's hard to tunnel in that environment.
This is some kind of lab or something. Board base, I don't know. Squatters in the place. It's interesting. Curious about it. It's a hell of a lot of tokens.
So
It is. I mean, it's like,
what if we put some sort of stipulation on it, like, you know, they give us like half or something, and then like when we get there, if like it's real bad and like we gotta like kill innocent peoples or something that we are clearly not gonna be doing, like then we just be like, yo, peace out, we can't do this.
our problem is we don't know about innocent.
Well,
We just know there's people. They could be innocent. They could be guilty. They could be some weird level of gray in between those two. Like,
no, I'm saying
we don't really know.
up and they're like, okay, you guys gotta go, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot back at you. Then we'd be like, okay, we gotta shoot at them. But if we're like, hey, you guys gotta go, and they're like, we don't want none, and we like, we're supposed to shoot at them, like, no,
We don't want none.
Now, I got a question for you, Spicy Mike. Like,
okay.
Like, Michael, you dealt with this once that time.
I'm
When-
telling you what.
have you?
You guys raided a whole thing, and instead of seeing all these like these kobolds inside, it turns out it was gnomes.
It was freaking
Have you ever dealt with a squatter before? I mean,
Oh,
like legit
sure.
squatters.
Sure, all the time, but you know, I usually don't do nothing about it because I'm not
Right now,
not worried, you know.
now let's just suggest.
Air Laser, I never hear Cam anymore, not as Spicy
Spicy
Mike. And it
Mike.
sounds like his real voice now.
So
No,
let's
Said you're quiet,
it becomes
Cam.
a part of you.
just suggest for just a moment that you had what 30,000 credits, disposable credits,
Hmm.
and you had
Yeah,
a building full of squatters.
sure, yeah.
For less than 30,000 credits, you could send somebody down there and just say you got to leave, and they up and just leave if that's all they're really going to do. No, they're not leaving. I mean,
No.
they're not just leaving. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying, if
there's casings on the ground. They've been shooting down drones. These people are armed and entrenched.
That's a good point.
We just don't know if they're legal.
Well,
They could just be defending what is actually their home. This could be like a home invasion, and we don't
What
even
about
know.
Ukraine? What?
I mean, you know, it could be something like that place. You know?
I mean, this guy's just saying he's reclaiming this territory. We don't know.
yeah, I mean, 30,000 credits is easy to come by once you get an entire facility on your hands. So I don't know. I said we
I
go
had
check
no
it out.
point, Malice,
Yeah,
I had no point had in my mind. You
But
what
he's
this
not
feels
wrong.
exactly like?
He's not wrong. That's
I know,
exactly what I was
I know.
thinking in my head. I'm like, so
I
we're supposed
know.
to go there and just blow this place up?
I
And these
just
people
said
are
a
like,
mystery person, an individual of wealth, wants you to reclaim his territory.
territory.
Waters.
That's what I'm saying. Like in my head, that's exactly what I got going through my head the whole time. I'm like, I don't think we could do this, guys. You're gonna have to add some zeros and some tactical knives in there because I'm not sure we can.
You guys land. It's a lot of wheat fields. You're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
So here's what I'm thinking. So what if, like I said, we say, hey, rich guy, you say give us half the money, and we'd be like, hey, we're gonna go down there, but we tell him beforehand. If we get there and there's some bad stuff going down that we are not comfortable with, that does not fit our personal moral codes, that we get to opt out if we choose. But we definitely got to get paid to at least make our way there, because that ain't cheap to get all the way over there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I doubt they'll go for it, but we could try.
Well, that's fine. Then we just say, no, we ain't going to do your job. You're clearly getting a hold of us because we're the best at what we do, right? I mean, you don't just
Yeah.
call a random dude on the phone.
Let's take
So
a look
this
at
is
this
what
bug
the problem-
problem here real quick, see what that looks like.
This is where we tell them no, and then the Hall of Cost or the Street Hall of Stream thing comes up, and like 2 days later, it's like an international crisis. We're like,
Yep.
man, glad we avoided that one.
Sure, I'm glad my name's not on that one.
Does the rich guy say comrade a lot?
Exterminator's going to pull up the info they gave us about the bugs, see if you can identify what we're dealing with.
Drones and crawlers.
Mhm.
litter the area and are clearly working in assembly line style in slowly terraforming it. Guys, give me your science roll that we were using for your bug knowledge.
So life science, I think, is probably what it would be.
Probably.
Life
Yes,
sciences. Boom.
Here's my mouse.
Oh,
There it is.
Man, my rolls
Got a
are
21.
shit today.
Good to go.
21.
I'm just not rolling. You guys get all the rolling today.
Okay. What'd you get, Mike?
21.
21. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Exterminator and Mike, you each pick up an interesting tidbit. Mike, you notice that some of the crawlers are more armored than you normally see in any bug swarm. That's what catches your eye. What catches your eye, Exterminator, is the opening and the way they're building the entrance is designed to be much larger, and they appear to be stockpiling materials they can build with outside the front. Those behaviors indicate a queen presence. It's very organized.
Shit.
The armor that you pick up, Mike, back when you first started working with the guys, before you worked with the guys, you did come across one weird bug attack that you were so new you didn't know it was unique. And you came across armored workers. That's because that particular hive had courtiers to the queen, male bodyguard mates. And when they're present, they can basically contribute genetically to the offspring to make them stronger.
Okay, so these guys here that got all the extra armor on them, that looks like, because they usually come around when there's like, you know, like a queen or something. They're like
Yeah, that's definitely a queen in there. You can see they're building it up at the entrance there. Tells me one way or the other this place needs cleared out. Doesn't matter who's in it.
Well, let me run this by you here, X. So
I'm gonna give it to you.
This guy, he wants us to go in, cameras off.
Yeah.
And
I'll give it to you.
within the last like 2 missions, we had someone try to replace you with a duplicate, and somebody sent a bounty hunter to try to take you out. Now, what are the odds we go in there with cameras dark? This whole thing could be a ruse just to get you into a place where they think they can get back to you again and try to take you off the board.
Could
Somebody's trying really hard.
be. Or they're not, and it's just a queen infestation.
If there's a queen infestation in there, how come that queen hasn't already taken care of the squatters? I mean, those bugs are efficient killers. They surely aren't going to let just any old group of people just hanging out near their hive if there's a queen present. I don't know. I don't like the looks of any of this.
Could just be the people who were in there when the bugs moved in. Doesn't necessarily have to be squatters, just people trapped.
So you're saying maybe we're saving people from the bugs?
Possibly.
Because the guy, he said that there were casings and drones were shot down. Bugs didn't shoot down no drones.
I don't know, I've seen them do some weirder things. Shooting projectiles, spit, all kinds of stuff.
At this point, you see 09 and Helios heading on their way out. 09's like, I'm very sorry. We have some old business to attend to. Something that has come up. Is that how we put it? And Helios is like, yeah. It might be something, it might be nothing. But 09 got contacted by another bot and I think it's something to do with someone looking for him. And if it's about his contract, I just want to look into this and see if it's something that we can know where it ends. This whole thing about him paying off his whatever. So we'll keep in contact. If you guys have to go, please let us know before you're out. All right? Worst case scenario, we'll charter a flight to catch up.
Yeah, here's a lowdown of where we might end up.
He gets all the information. It's like, ugh.
Yeah,
that's
it's like a hell of a fun time.
All right, well, all right. Don't do this without us.
All right.
I mean, do what you want, but I wouldn't. And O9 says, they have fought bugs without us before. In fact, it's because we didn't have Mike because he was stuck in a bathroom that it did not go so well. He's like, he has a point. I'm sorry, I feel like we're letting you down.
It'll be all right. We're still looking over the legal problems with this job. We're kind of looking into trying to see if we could get some information on this place and the people that are there and the bugs. Like,
okay. Well, as soon as I know what's going on our end, I'll let you guys know.
Sounds good.
That's
luck.
fair to me.
Helios shakes your guys' hands. He walks away, and O9 holds out a hand to shake as if he's shaking your hands, but doesn't physically shake your hand. But he does it to each of you. He's like, yes, and then he leaves.
Well,
yeah.
10K each is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not so
Nothing says we have to stick around.
That's true.
Fine.
Hey, you know what?
I guess we'll go down Planet Side, see what's there. Well,
I'm telling you, you get on the front. It's enough money so we make it there. It don't cost us nothing. We can get back, and then we're golden. If we don't like it, we say, you know what? Screw you, man. You're telling us to do crappy stuff we don't want to do. You misled us.
At this point, it's about 10 p.m. You see that various businesses in Isabella 7 are starting to shut down for the night, except for restaurants and bars.
I guess we'll, you guys, we already got all our equipment set ready to go, so I mean, I guess we'll go tell Wit to fire up and see where we go. I mean,
yeah, it's just past Romano.
Drive by, and we come back if it ain't no good.
We'll make the jump and we'll make a drop and see what's down there, I guess.
Yeah, let's make sure we got, I'm going to be good down there, I think. But what about you guys for breathing, dealing with toxins, all that kind of shit?
Oh, you know, probably not so good.
Oh, you know, it's going to be bad.
I mean, not great. So, according to this here information that we got, what kind of things are we looking at that we're gonna need to be dealing with? We got radiation. We got no.
Oh,
you know,
definitely radiation.
Yeah, we got some radiation. Okay,
it's gonna be like poisonous air.
Yep,
acid probably. Malice is right.
I didn't see them. Oh, okay, yep, a lot of them. Okay, you gotta watch out for those. Yeah, they'll get you.
How are you with toxins? Not so good.
not so great.
Malice, not that kind of planet, but that's pretty good. We'll do that in Yeehaw. That'll be coming in Yeehaw.
There'll be rocket launcher versions, you know.
Rocket launcher, yes.
Spud gun.
It's a spud gun.
Boom.
They
definitely have to wobble as they fly.
I mean, that's how they fly in a straight line. You know, it's the same thing. It's like a javelin. It's gotta do
like
the thing.
Javelin.
You know, your javelin can't be too stiff. All right.
You only get those on Revix. That's why nobody goes there.
You're welcome, Jay Bruce. That is indeed what you walked into. We're talking about going into a toxic hellhole and the dangers we may encounter there. I'm fine. You guys are fucked, so figure out what you're gonna do, and then I'm ready to roll.
Well, DM Levi, exactly what is it that I would need in order to make myself alive on that planet?
Life bubble.
Yeah.
Life bubble spell that Helios has that we don't.
Well, that don't seem like something we can be doing without him then, now does it?
I mean,
You would need to get yourself any kind of gear that's going to allow you to shield yourself from either radiation and or toxic air. Basically, oh, here we go. Yay, I found it.
time to make a spell list.
So you got to have something that's going to... Basically, any spacesuit is going to work. However, you'll need an oxygen supply or something that can filter air. And then you would also need something to protect against radiation if you end up in a radioactive zone, which Zarasek does have radioactive zones, for sure. There's these pockets all along the Zarasek surface that feed from beneath, that there's a lot of energy wells underground in Zarasek that have been studied, but people don't really know very much about because it's too difficult to study them long term. Nobody's ever been able to drill into one of them.
Yeah, man, do I even have anything I can use for this for us? See, I get Life Bubble, but I didn't take it because Timmy has it.
I definitely do not.
Well, looks like it's time to grab some of the suits out of the back of the
Marcus
ship.
goes in with a can of Febreze.
You know, it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Maybe we make part of the stipulation of this contract, if we take it, that they gotta provide us with the proper equipment to go down. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
There you go. That's
Sarah
good.
just made a Bubble Boy reference with Travolta.
Wow.
That's nice.
Sarah, you just dated yourself. You are...
That's old school.
That's super old school.
That's either you're very old school or you had the Disney Channel as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because it was on every other goddamn day.
That's it. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I forgot how I saw it. It would have been like...
It was either Bubble Boy or it was every Kurt Russell movie that he ever made before the age of 20.
And computer glasses or the computer tennis shoes. So
somebody's been deep diving that Disney Plus to get down to that level of.
Oh, the entire vault available on Disney Plus.
It's like the only thing left. He's done watched everything else on it.
All right, let's roll down there and have them equip us, and let's get to it.
All right, so we should get back to this dude, lady, person, whatever it is. I don't know who that is. I don't know. We should get back to him and let him know that we're going to take the job with a few stipulations.
All right.
So you're contacting him?
Sure, yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah. Except I don't know how to do that, so somebody else is going to have to.
What do we need done?
Do the talking, but don't ask me to dial the number.
But we're calling them back to say we're willing to take it if they equip us and meet some of our stipulations.
Half up front.
All right, then. Yeah, we'll punch it in.
Okay. The image comes up. It is Lindana again. Hello. And where do we stand?
All right. Well, we talked it over. We're going to need a little gear for the radiation issue that is Zarasek known for. You can supply us with that, and some of the funds up front to cover cost of fuel stuff to get us to Zarasek, which can be part of the 30,000. We just need it up front. And we will make our way there, go down, investigate, remove any and all bugs we can find, and then see if we can make contact with the squatters and see if we can get them to peacefully remove themselves from your premises.
Excellent. I will look at your equipment request and see to it that a package can be prepared, waiting for you at pickup. You see her jot something down.
All right then.
How do you take your payment?
Tactical knives.
Yeah, the usual cred stick. Be fine by me.
Very well. We will consider 10 up front, 20 upon completion.
All right, that'll do.
Sounds fine by me.
You guys are now 10,000 credits richer. It appears in the
Just
account of
Straight up.
whoever made the call.
Oh, okay.
How, Dax?
Definitely wasn't
All right.
me.
Bloop.
All right. So
You now
keep-
have 5 tactical, you have 5 TK worth of funds.
Woohoo. That's
All right.
that's third.
I came through in a hurry.
I
That's a
did.
good sign.
All right.
That's,
And then you guys get a message about 2 minutes later that, let's see here. That the Monlo Weavery is going to be supplying you with a package that's been placed on order, and it's not ready yet. It'll be ready in about an hour's time.
All right, we got
That's
some
fine.
time to kill.
So, let's let the boys know that, we're gonna be taking off for a little while. Let's go pick up a package, and then let's get ourselves on the way. We just sleep while we get going, you know what I'm saying? Get a nice rest. We go kick some bugs' ass, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, you're going out now, or you're staying in your rooms? What are you doing?
I think we're just gonna hang around the ship, right? Kill an
Sure.
hour and
Okay.
until we're ready to go. I mean,
You guys are killing time. You're each in your own rooms. And right around this time, you guys get a notification that comes up on your holo, specifically Dax and Exterminator. You get this. Mike, something comes up on your screen you don't know. It's something you're supposed to push. It's
Oh,
like when something's happening,
Okay,
and you give me an intelligence check.
Let me remember how to do this. Hold on. I rolled an 18 on a die. Oh, yeah, I remember. Hold on.
Oh, yes. You gotta push the button that's next to the little bell when the bell's ringing
There it is.
with the number. All right. And you get
5 billion credits.
tomorrow morning.
Oh, boy.
Dangerous alien life exterminator airs on the Hollow.
Hell
Be
yeah.
here for the new era of Killertainment.
What?
Guys, it's fucking happening. It's finally happening.
Why did this happen to me? Why?
they gonna
the
drop your
show's
first
coming out.
episode?
Yes! It's about damn time. Wait for this. Oh, man, I can't wait. Definitely gonna have a TV on. Not TV, whatever the hell it is.
What are we talking about here?
A Hollow
Well,
screen.
On the
well,
screen.
the good news is,
I never
if we
did
ain't
those.
streaming, we could be watching.
Hell yeah. Hey, Mike, my show's coming out. It's been filmed. It's been ready to
That's
go.
cool. I guess
It's
that's
airing
great.
soon.
I don't really know what that means, but that
Oh,
sounds really good.
it
for
means
you.
payday is coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Are they dropping the whole season or just one episode?
I don't know how they're distributing it yet, but
2?
yeah, 2 episodes
2 at a
out. for-
time. 2 at a time.
Damn. Gonna be good binging. I mean, I was there, but
message. You get a message on your feed, Exterminator, and it's all text, and it's like, I promise and I deliver, baby. Doug.
Good old Doug. Tags him back, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Did it say what time we'll be seeing that?
Right now, it's going to be about 10 p.m., and it's going to air at about 9 a.m.
Nice. All right. Boy. Kid in the candy store.
You know the best part about this? If this thing comes out, it may help flush out whoever it is that's trying to nab you.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's one thing to try to take you off the board before your show even comes out. But, like, once your show's out and your popularity starts to go up, like, there's going to be more reason for them to try to get you. It's going to put pressure on them.
Well, it's always better to have a stand-up fight. Oh, all right.
Hey, Decoy.
Let's get geared up. Let's get our shit. Let's
freaking do this.
Man, I'm
Go watch some bugs.
I'm ready to go sleep. I want to get up early.
I'm gonna get up early.
All right. So you guys are taking off for Zarasek tonight, or are you just going to sleep here and dock and then take off in the morning? What are you doing?
How long does it take to get there, Zach?
It's going to take a while. Like, you guys are going to have to burn, like all night and part of tomorrow.
Well, then we
Unless
might as
you're
well
gonna do
sleep
a
on the way.
Yep.
Then we might as well sleep on the way. Like,
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
All
Works
right.
for me.
Wit takes the comm, and you guys pull out. And you guys have a long and restful evening. Mike.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm ready. Bianca.
You open your eyes, and the bed is cold. The bed is so cold. You're alone again. And you look over,
Patrick
And-
Swayze is in my bed.
you realize that this is not your bunk, and
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
This is-
Hold on.
not your bunk.
Nope.
It's an actual bed
Nope.
in
I
a
don't got one of them.
room.
I don't got one of them. What's
And,
going on here?
And now you realize that you're standing up, and you weren't planning on standing up.
No,
and then
I don't wanna do that.
You see a figure walks up to a very familiar desk, and you see that they are writing down notes, and it says TMC, says Corp City, connection to Anchor. And then they're physically writing this down on a piece of paper. What does she want? Question mark. Where is she? Why him? Question mark. And then you see her write down
Who's
9
writing this down? Do I
a.m..
recognize this person?
You just see hands,
Oh,
as if it's a first-person viewpoint.
got you.
So your hands that are not your hands are writing this down on a pad of paper.
Those are
You
not
can
my-
see the information she's got in front of her screen is a listing of all TMC Corp cities that are in the system. All of them. And amongst the list, you see Apex, Delve, the ones you guys are vaguely familiar with that have been name dropped to you recently. And then the last thing she writes after where is she and why him, then she writes 9 a.m. dangerous alien life exterminator.
Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna have to relay this dream or whatever I got going on here. Gonna have to relay this to my boy X, because he gonna give it to you. And,
X, who's gonna give it to me.
All the way.
I like how he's
Bursting
now
through
got
doors.
now he's got a nickname. This is great.
Exterminator's a
walls.
mouthful to say
Yep.
every time you go to talk to him. We had to shorten this thing.
Dangerous alien likes or something. A reverse David Attenborough.
Oh man, so good.
Oh, so good. All right. So, X, you also at first have a very restful sleep, and then once again you're in the room.
Huh?
The last room. And the door's sealed. And it was a pretty standard job. But it wasn't standard after the door sealed. And then the loudspeakers started playing weird language, loud, and then a bright light. And then the walls seemed to melt. And then you heard a haunting, horrible voice. But at the same time, it sounded tired and angry and frustrated. And you felt that too. You wake up.
What time is it?
It's 7:30.
Very important.
Right. Whew. Thought I slept in too late.
So, Spicy Mike's gonna go relay the things he saw in his brain to X. Gonna give it to you.
Well, you get to X's door and he doesn't have it open yet.
Oh, well, that's okay. I can knock on it. I know how doors
Okay.
work.
Okay.
All right, so you knock on the door?
I assume this isn't like 4 in the morning, right?
Nope.
No.
Okay, it's early enough. I'm that guy that wakes everybody up after you've been up all night, Clint.
Definitely Clint.
It's like, oh, we've been gaming until 5 in the morning. It's 7:30. Everybody wake up. We're getting pancakes.
Yeah, what's up? Come in.
Hey, so I don't really know what this means, but I had this dream. I think it was a dream last night. I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
That it seemed to be there was a person and they were writing a bunch of things down, and they all seemed to have to do with you. So, it was like, oh, we gotta look out for this guy. It's gonna be 9 o'clock in the morning. He's important. And they were like, why this dude? So I don't know if it's like maybe somebody looking for you or what, but I thought you might want to know.
Your dreams come true or something?
Sometimes they're a little weird, and sometimes things happen and it's kind of weird like that. So I don't really know. I just thought, maybe you should know, because sometimes stuff happens. It's weird when I dream it.
Well, a lot of things can go on, but it could just be fans, right? Excited. I'm excited. You excited? It's gonna be great.
Sure, I'm definitely excited. What are we talking about?
Fucking show, man.
Oh, right. Yeah, that. Yeah.
9 a.m.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Got like a couple hours here.
You guys hear across the comms. I got breakfast ready with the viewing party. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be great,
All right.
X.
I gotta get ready.
Okay, sure.
Go get a shower, get ready to go.
In here, anything.
Dex is just gonna start fabricating scrap for his junk armor he's gonna need later on today.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
well,
The clock's ticking away. A nice breakfast is laid out. It is the remains of what fresh ingredients were still available from when you guys docked. So you're not on packaged stuff yet. You're probably going to have a few more days of decent meals. He's got out a nice array of fruit and a lot of cereal. And you guys have actual bacon right now, or something like bacon. And as it's going on, you're here, Mike, and Dax, you're here, and it's like 8:58, and the countdown commercials have already aired like 5 times in the last few breaks and ads from the other streams. And X seems like he's going to be late to his own show. Up next, dangerous alien life. And then all of a sudden you see X appear with a giant gun, and he says the last line, exterminator. You see like piles of them crawling over the hills. And then you see like a jetpack kicks and he flies up, and you see the logo is what it falling into the screen as he flies beyond the logo.
Shit, do I hear that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So hey, you gotta come on in here.
X is gonna come bursting out of the room, gonna run in as fast as he can, try to catch up to the show.
Hey, you just in time.
When X runs in, he is partially dressed and he does not have his helmet on. And he immediately runs over and he's staring at the screen. He's so excited. And you guys see a human head under that.
Holy shit, it's finally on. I can't believe it.
Excuse me? Who are you? What's going on here?
What's going on, Mike?
What?
I know. You're like starstruck or something, seeing me on the screen and here at the same time. It's amazing.
Oh,
Crawler, more
X,
like Getter.
Do you know about this? Because this is silly. Do you know what's going on here?
What, you mean his unmodified voice?
That don't sound like him. I ain't never heard nobody sound like that before.
Wait, what?
I mean,
oh, show your cookies.
Oh shit! Comes off of like a little piece attached to his chest.
It turns and looks at you guys in like absolute shock for a second. Kind of. I'm not wearing my helmet, am I?
I seem to have taken off my gear. Fuck balls.
This is fantastic.
And those two words came out simultaneously. Shit.
So it isn't just a microphone, it's like a translator.
Yeah, that's a whole thing corporate wanted me to use.
You bet your ass my parent corporation wants me to do that, and they're the best.
I mean, don't tell anybody. I mean, that's definitely in the clause. I got to make sure you guys sign off on like a non-disclosure act now. But
don't worry. Don't worry. We are most certainly not putting that on film.
This is fantastic.
I mean,
this might be my favorite thing that's happened all week.
Guys, Exterminator, he's got kind of a big nose, awkward looking ears. He's got a receding hairline.
No one expected him to be pretty under there. I mean...
I mean, when they hired me on for the show, I had a particular set of skills that they wanted, but
they wanted the best, and they got the best.
They asked for an exterminator, and they got one. I'll tell you that much. But they said it wasn't cool enough the way it came out of my mouth, the way it does.
It's definitely not.
So
definitely not.
That's like the whole gimmick. That's why the different voices. They were trying different things out before they went out. You know how it is. You know, TV, that kind of thing.
I have no idea how it is, but this is so hilarious to me.
Shit, guys, I'm so excited about this show. Here.
Well, look, I'm excited for you. I want to see this whole thing go down here. I mean, this ought to be good.
It's coming to the part where a mob of crawlers wrestles the guns out of his hands, and he's like, I'm always armed. And all of a sudden you see guns roll out of his gauntlets that are attached. And then all of a sudden the gauntlet, the jawbone drops down inside of his helmet, and you see a cannon where the chin is. blast a hole through his face, and he's like, "Say on!"
Guys, a little inside story on that. That was like 6 months into the show filming.
That's
So-
impressive.
As this goes down, you guys proceed to watch Exterminator save a colony of children and their single school marm from a roving band of irradiated, ravenous swarm. And then the follow-up to that is there is a Panacorp pod that has been overrun with swarm, and inside, though the people are praying, all of a sudden you see stepping into the foreground 2 legs, and then on the back of the one belt, back of the one boot, it says Camden, and it says TMC at the top. And he's like, "Never go for low grade gear." And then all of a sudden you see him punch his way through the Panacorp pod, and then just pull out 2 double knives, and then go to work on all the bugs. As all of a sudden you see the Panacorp people go, "We were wrong!" And then they tear off their Panacorp uniforms, and then they happen to grab at their hands, and then Exterminator goes, "Here, use these reliable products." And he throws out TMC sting guns, and they all grab them and go, and then it becomes like the pioneers fending off the bandits.
Oh, wow, man. I mean, I saw from my perspective, this is amazing.
That was some amazing product placement in that shot right there. Your sponsors are going to have to be thrilled.
I mean,
with how that played out.
I'm starting to think I'm going to get paid real soon. Like maybe this week or something.
I'm starting to think you may actually get paid at all. I was doubtful, but this is looking real good.
I was thinking the same thing.
Realistic. This is fantastic.
I mean, it is realistic because that actually happened. They just had me in some better gear. Like that's stuff that they don't loan it out to me when I'm like here with you guys, but that stuff gets it done.
You both notice, now that you're watching this, one of the school kids in the first episode looked just like the weird little boy 09 was talking about that was on board this ship.
The ghost? That can't be coincidence, can it?
Huh?
You see, he's one of the one that's shooting back with a TMC sting gun.
That kid, right? I mean, when this is over, we'll go back and watch it again. But I guess we didn't really see it though, did we? He just explained to us.
He talked a lot about a kid, and he showed you guys still frames. Like,
we saw it in the still frame. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if we saw it to where we would recognize it very well, or if it's just like, man, that kid looks a lot like the one that 09 described, or if we actually saw
Terminator. Boo-doo. You got a call coming in from Doug.
Oh shit, let me put the helmet on real quick. Go for Exterminator.
Hey, baby. We're looking real good, right?
Oh, the best. Rock hard.
I know. Oh, keep it rock hard, buddy, because we're gonna be doing some great things together. Your check is on the way. I've almost got everything cleared.
Cha-ching.
And, we're gonna, so far it's tested real great, and so basically we're gonna let it play out to the 4th episode, and then we're gonna make a bid with the execs to see if we can get you a 2nd season, baby. All right.
Oh man, always looking out for me.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't know about that one thing that went down, but I'm still trying to sort that out. I've come up against. All right, I need you to make sure this. You got this. Can you secure what goes down for the rest of this call?
Yeah. And I'll move like I'm moving away from the guys, but I won't actually move away from the guys.
Yeah.
I'll muffle the thing around a little bit. Yeah, it should be good now.
So I've come up against this lawyer, and right now, I don't know. This whole thing's not making a lot of sense to me, but it's my job to just kind of make sure you're in a good position. But it seems I'm not supposed to really keep you keyed into things, but baby, it's going so good. I don't know why they want me giving you crap, but her name's McKeever, and I don't know. So I'm not being told some things. So, but I want you to know, baby, I'm here for you. We're gonna get this across. We're gonna get this going up all the way to the top.
Hey, Doug, there's some other people coming after me. Somebody tried to bring me in. Apparently there's a bounty on my head. You know anything about that?
No. I'll see what I can find out on my end.
It's check around Kemmer.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
That was that guy's name. The Vesk. See if I can pull up my notes real fast.
Well, the lawyer's name is June, and it's McKeever.
McKeever.
Yeah, she's telling me I need to keep the whole switch, tracked, and I don't know. This whole thing seems to be. I thought this was about the Union, but I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds real weird. Nothing makes a lot of sense at the moment. You're trying to shoot us down in the sky. Got dead me's showing up. Duplicates.
Hey, it's starting to feel a little familiar.
What's that mean?
Look, you make really good content, baby, and I just want you to know it's been a pleasure working with you. You're not a diva. You're real good to work with, and I just don't want you going out like George.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right, well, I don't know if this will help you, and I've never shared this with anybody, but the way these numbers are looking through here, I gotta help you out. So here, I'm gonna send you something, okay? Now, I never gave this to you, and I don't know where you found it. Good luck, baby. Click. You get 2 files sent to you.
Okay.
One, they are both sound clips. No, they're both video clips that are heads-up displays of somebody else's field of vision.
Okay. Take a look at them.
Okay. In one, you see the heads-up display, armor count, ammo count, and everything is low. You see an EKG reading, which has a thready pulse, and you can hear, "They're here. I won't make it. I can't find them. Let me go. Let me go. Just let me go. I can't take it anymore." And that's George's voice. You don't know who he's talking to, but you recognize the location of where he is. Where he is the same terrain of the day he dies.
What's the environment look like? Does it look like it's in like the cave type thing, or does it look like it's somewhere else? Okay.
Yep. It is the moment. It is essentially that weird feeling of the missing puzzle piece to one of your own memories, that you're now seeing something that must have been maybe an hour, maybe 20 minutes before you arrived.
So there's a second clip?
There is a second clip.
All right. Try that one out.
You turn it on, and then all of a sudden you see you walk into frame, and you got the coffee, and then he's huge wound. He's looking down. Whole parts of him are missing. And then you hear him go, "It's you, janitor? She's looking for a janitor." It's perfect. Ah, I hope she never finds you.
Well,
Okay,
You
that's
now
weird.
have what you know to be the latest recordings anybody is aware of Furious George.
Holy shit.
you get some bad news there, X?
Kinda. Real confusing, like. I think things are starting to make a little more sense.
I mean,
You know, on the plus side, I'm getting paid, but my rep, you know, Doug, guy takes care of me, does all the show.
yeah, your handler?
Yeah. He just sent me some files.
Well,
Video from George's headset. Curious George, you remember?
yeah, I remember George. Like he was one of the best, right? I mean, died in the field
Pioneer.
or whatever, right?
Yeah, Pioneer, first of the killer tainers after the bots were taken out.
Right. Yeah. When the bugs became a thing, right? Like he was boots on ground, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, I was there when he died.
you mentioned that.
Came up at the end. I didn't remember seeing him dead. Or seeing him alive, I saw him dead. This clip's got me talking to him.
So he was alive when you got there,
Apparently.
but he, what did you? I mean, this could go a couple ways. I mean, you carry around medical supplies. Was it just beyond your ability to fix? Like, did you?
He's carrying a coffee, man.
And then that's where we're gonna cut it. 'Cause that's a great line. Carrying a coffee, man. Click. All
Dax
right.
just kind of looks down at him as he's holding his coffee at the breakfast table, like that.
And that's what we're gonna call it for the night, everybody.